Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a little update on my drone because I crashed this thing and broke it, and I managed to fix it and get it up and running again. So I'm pretty stoked about that because it was my first drone repair where I actually had to get out the soldering iron and replace the motor, things like that. So what I was doing is I was trying to learn how to fly in horizon mode, and this was shortly after I got some pretty sweet footage of us riding the airbag jump, and I've been flying in what's called horizon mode, and what I want to learn how to do is fly in acro mode and feel really comfortable with it. So here's some footage of me trying to fly in acro mode right before I crashed. And I went to a park where it was all open and there was a ball field. Made me a little nervous in this because I saw this kid running bases at this field and I didn't even know he was there until I'm flying. And when I'm learning how to fly the drone, I don't want to fly around people because if I screw up, then I could hurt somebody, and I don't want to do that. Or even if I just hit them with the drone and don't hurt them, that's just bad, right? Like running into people with drones, especially when they're not, wanting the drone around or whatever, is a bad idea. So I was a little nervous flying around the park, but shortly after that, and I forgot to turn the GoPro on, I was up and I was trying some acrobatics and I crashed it. So here's some of that footage, and then here's my reaction after I crashed the drone, which I did get on the GoPro, which is kind of funny. And then we'll go ahead and talk about where I'm at. Toasted 2 props. Awesome. Okay, so that was right after my crash. So here's the drone now, and here's a couple of clips of me and the repair process. Just a photo of where I soldered, and then me doing the first test to make sure my soldering job worked. All right, the moment of truth. This prop right here should spin. If it spins, all 4 should spin, but that's the one that was broken. Then my soldering job worked. We're gonna just flip it on and off really quick. Oh yeah, it's working. This isn't fully assembled yet, so I don't want to keep the power on for long because that can cause an issue. I'm pretty stoked. It's my first drone repair doing soldering, and I actually fixed it because somehow I broke the motor. Okay, so I was pretty stoked that I actually was able to solder in a new motor and flip the arm switch, and the motor actually worked. I was like elated because it was my first time ever soldering in a new drone or soldering anything on a drone, and it worked. And so now this drone is up and running again. So one of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit was I've been flying in what's called horizon mode. So horizon mode is when if you tilt the drone in any direction with the stick and you let go of the stick, the drone just pops back to level. and that's horizon mode. And it's pretty easy to fly in horizon mode because you can always let off the sticks and the drone will level out, and all you have to do is worry about throttle, and that's kind of where your elevation comes in. But then I wanted to learn to fly in acro mode. And so acro mode, what happens is when you tilt the drone and you let off the stick, this drone stays in that position. And so if I'm flying and I tilt the drone and I'm flying forward, I let off the stick, it keeps going forward. And so if I need to stop it from going forward, I need to pull the stick back, level off the drone, and then let off the stick to keep it level. Makes it a little more challenging. You got to be more on your toes, and it's all directions. So if I go at an angle, it'll stay there. You can even go, in any direction, and you just always have to level the drone back manually to keep it stable. And so that's the challenge of acro mode. But the benefits of acro mode is you can angle the drone at any angle that you need it to, and especially for filming. If I want to film a rider, I can turn at an angle, and I can really, like if I'm up high and I want to be above them, I can have the drone pointing like this and things like this, because in acro mode you can go all the way around and literally flip the drone, which is what a lot of freestyle pilots do, is they'll flip all the way around, or they'll flip sideways, and they can do all these tricks and stuff with the drones, and they can go like above things and dive down on them and then loop and come out of it, all these really cool things. So that's why I want to learn acro mode. Well, that's what I was doing when I crashed, is I was trying to learn acro mode, and I got a little overzealous and tried to flip too close to the ground, and I didn't recover, and I smashed into the ground and broke some props, which I thought, oh, no big deal, because you can just swap the props out. But then one of the motors stopped working, so I had to fix it. So let's do a little in-house test flight. It's hard to fly that size drone in my house. It's pretty tight quarters, but it's really cold outside, and drones don't last very long in the cold. The batteries don't, because plus the plastics do break easier and stuff. And it's really hard with these drones, because if the batteries drain fast and I'm not monitoring the voltage in the goggles enough, the drone could just drop out of the sky and stuff, and I just don't want to take that risk, especially since I just fixed it. So I'm going to do a little test flight in my house, but I'm going to do that in a moment after I go eat some dinner. So to you it'll just be a couple of moments, but for me it's gonna be an hour or so before I get back to doing this test flight. Okay, so I'm all set up to fly my drone in my house. So I have the DJI goggles, battery, my drone with the battery on it. I even put my GoPro on here and angled it pretty mellow, because the more angle you have on the camera, the faster you want to go. So you want to kind of have less angle, almost vertical, especially for flying around here, because I don't have a lot of room, and I'm very likely going to crash, but shouldn't be a big deal, because this drone's pretty tough and well protected. And I got my controller, so let's see how this goes. I'll show you footage from the GoPro sitting here on the table, and I'll show you some footage from the GoPro on the drone, and we'll see how this goes. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, here we go. Need to make sure that I have this GoPro on. The drone's ready to go. All right, we'll go ahead and start this GoPro, and then we'll fly this thing. This is going to be challenging. We'll see what I can do. We'll stick with the living room at first, so it works. Whoa. Wow, this thing's way powerful for for flying around here. All right, we're gonna land it. Oh my God. That is really hard to do in the house. because this is a 6S drone, and 6S is the most powerful, well, at least the most powerful you can like buy. People have modified them and had done 8 and 12 and stuff. So we'll try this again and see if I can actually like go into the other room. I'm very likely going to crash it, but I'll try to keep it close to the floor. So if I do crash it, I can just cut power, or if I hit the wall, and then save face here. So wow, this thing, I just watched the tablecloth go crazy. Let's get it up quick this time. There we go. Oh. All right, slow and steady through the door. See if we can go into my office. Whoa, that's hard. Whoa, boy. Oh. Yeah, there. See, so if I stay close to the ground, if I hit a wall or something, I can recover. So let's go ahead and retrieve it and try again. Okay, I'm gonna give this one more shot. It's really tough to do in the house, so I might be way in over my head. I mean, this is a big drone. I'll show you my little drone after this so you can see the difference. All right, here we go. Probably good practice. Oh, and by the way, I am in horizon mode, which is the stability one, not the one. Okay, I'm trying to go through the door without hitting the sides, because this drone's really sensitive. If I hit the sides, there, I made it into the office. Oh my God. Now the question is can I get out of the office without hitting? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh boy. Oh my God. Oh, I just did it. Wow. I'm amazed. Let's do a quick little fly around my living room. All right, that's good enough. This drone is working great. Let's go ahead and land it, and I'll be done with this little experiment. Yes, that is some amazing flying on my part, considering my experience level. So I did have it on horizon mode. Horizon, I'm just going to continue rolling here and just walk over here and sit and talk to you. Horizon mode is the one where the drone automatically levels off when I let go of the sticks. I don't think there's any way I could have done this in Acro mode. The pros could certainly do it, but I can't. So for indoor flying, I need to use a smaller drone. They do make what they call, I think they call them mini whoops or something like that, but there are micro whoops or something. They're much smaller. They're basically the size of one of these prop circles, or roughly that size, and they're a lot easier to fly indoors. And they also run, like the one that I started on is a 1S battery. I know they make 2S. Well, 2S is just going to be, you know, less power, smaller drone, just much easier to fly indoors. This thing, it's a beast for flying indoors, so I better turn that off. So yeah, that was kind of fun. I can't believe I made it all the way into the office and back and landed on the table without crashing it. Pretty stoked on that. So this is going to be my primary CineWhoop, is what it's called, for filming biking and stuff. Okay, so there you have it. What I wanted to just tell you real quick is, if you're wondering why I'm doing all this drone stuff, it is actually for filming purposes. So there's different types of FPV drones. There's racing ones, which are that people actually compete and race, and they go through little hoops and a course, and you know, just like most racing, first one across the finish line wins. And then there's freestyle, where they flip and do all these really cool things. And what's really fun to watch is when they freestyle with structures and stuff, and they do, I don't know, maybe I'll link a couple videos if I find some and show you that. And then CineWhoop is like, this thing's pretty heavy. It's got a powerful battery, but it's really designed to fly really slow and do more cinematography kind of things. It can go fast and it can fit in smaller places than, say, like a DJI style drone. And so this drone is ideal for biking and filming riders as they're doing things, you know, going over jumps and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to get more into this hobby and get more skilled with flying the drone, so I can just get some really cool footage of kind of a lot of these younger rad riders doing crazy stuff. It's a fun hobby, but that's the main reason why I'm doing it. And over the winter, I hope to polish my skills, and maybe someday I'll be able to fly indoors at like a bike park or something like that. I'm sure some bike parks don't allow it, like I'm sure Ray's wouldn't allow me to fly a drone in there or something, but maybe there'll be bike parks that do, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like my content. Winter is well on its way. So I'll be kind of transitioning to fat biking and talking a lot about that and doing some trail rides with that, and then some of my other hobbies like this. And then if I do any trips this winter, that's going to depend on what happens with COVID. Right now we're in a big spike again. I'm hoping to get down to Bentonville and maybe a couple other places over the winter. So we'll see. Thanks for sticking around. Appreciate you watching.